months? Hello? It's been backwards this whole time? 6 months is a win. I'm officially 6 months seizure free. Oh my god, oh my god. This has been the longest 6 months ever. Oh my gosh. Let's get situated. Now she's deflated because it's a few days later. I didn't think balloons died this fast, but that's okay. Aww. Honestly, it does not feel like it's been 6 months in not a negative way, but just in a, oh my gosh, how has it already been 6 months? And this is the longest 6 months of my life. It feels like it was just yesterday, and in an anxiety way. In the, I still stress about it. Now, I don't stress about it as much as I did in the beginning. All the way to 2 months after I had the seizure, I would have anxiety attacks almost every single day. I would burst into a sweat. I would be shaking. And I would just not be able to control the fact that I was like, am I about to have a seizure? Is this it? Like, is this what it is? Because whenever I had the seizure, there was no telltale signs at all. And people say you get deja vu, you smell smoke. There was nothing for me. I just had the seizure. So I was like trying to pick out what the feeling was. That being said, whenever I would smell fire, when I would smell gas, when I would smell anything sort of fumey, or I had deja vu, I would immediately like, oh my god, I'm about to have a seizure. This is it. This is literally ask everyone around me, do you smell that? And sometimes people would be like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Sean would mess with me and be like, no. And then he'd be like, no, like, I smell it. And I'm like, why? Like, don't, like, that's not funny. Yeah, like, he knows I'm freaking out. Whenever I used to get deja vu before the seizure, I'd be like, oh my god, that's so cool, guys, I got deja vu. And then I would be like, wait a minute. I still am working on that. It's not as bad as it was, but the first 2 months, it was insane. Around February, yeah, a little bit after 2 months, I started getting the anxiety of like, if I were to have a seizure right now, what would happen? What would the situation be? What would we have to do? What would everyone around me? What would they react like? And it sort of was a bit of embarrassment. I hate to say that, but I was just like embarrassed about what other people would think. But hello, I have a medical condition. I'm sorry. You shouldn't, like, don't be embarrassed about that, guys. Even a little past the 2-month point, I'd be so anxious whenever I was eating out at restaurants. It was terrible. I could not get a burger. I did not get a burger at a restaurant for a long time because that's what I was eating when I had the seizure. So I would just be like in restaurants looking around like, oh my gosh, when's it gonna happen? Because in my mind, that was the trigger moment. That's what was gonna happen. A seizure at a restaurant whenever I'm eating this. Now, that being said, I didn't try any new food. I just would get something else, like pizza or chicken, not a burger. But when I had my seizure, I went to the bathroom, washed my hands, like I went pee, washed my hands, then came out, and then I ate my food. Because of that exact situation, I did not want that happening again. So I wouldn't go to the bathroom. Like, I wouldn't go pee if I had to go pee. I wouldn't wash my hands before I ate food because I was scared that ritual being something that would cause the seizure. But I have since ate not at the restaurant. I ordered to go, and my mom and I ate it at home, which is a step. Definitely vlog it because we were watching All American shout out. I did that, and while I was eating it, I was like, I'm scared, but the next step is to go to the restaurant. Maybe we conquer that at a year, not 6 months, because I don't know if 6 months I'm ready just yet. But I've been working on those OCD tendencies in therapy. In this room, actually, I do my therapy virtually. And I honestly love her. But we've been focusing on breathing techniques, so whenever I am out and I'm nervous, like at a restaurant, oh my gosh, am I gonna have a seizure? Breathe. Relax. And we've been going into the Mind Palace, which is basically that same like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hear, feel, touch, see, taste, all that stuff. It's basically take it wherever you want it to go. Don't do it right here because this is clearly the anxiety-inducing situation. Go somewhere else. So I usually go to the beach. I go to the private island that I was at whenever I was on the cruise. That was so much fun, so I usually go back there. Sometimes I'll go back to my room because I believe, and even therapy has helped me sort of realize that these can sometimes manifest itself if your mind is racing about it and that's all you're thinking about. You can make yourself have one, I feel like even when it did happen, I low-key made myself have one. Obviously, my body had the perfect storm to have one. Otherwise, like period, UTI, other stuff apparently, I don't know. I don't think I was thinking about it right in that moment, but I don't need to think about it. So we work on those breathing techniques and I love it. And that's part of the reason why I started going back to therapy. And it's helped me breathe and be able to celebrate my 6 months of seizure freedom. I think that it's super crucial that I need to shift my mindset. I need to relax. I need to take it day by day. And that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been working on. I think that's what made it feel like a really long 6 months. But I do have to remind myself that I'm on an extended release version, which I feel like I explained that before, but if you don't know, extended release basically means it's going throughout your body the whole time until that 12-hour mark, but it can surpass it a little bit. If non-extended release pills, it's like you need to take it at that 12-hour mark if you have something like epilepsy. Not have to. Because I lived 5 years not taking it at the 12-hour mark. mark. I was not that diehard about my medication. I would take it whenever at the end of the night, and I would take it in the morning, and that was it for me. I'm trying to remind myself, like, okay, if you do forget it, you're on extended release, and that's the purpose of it. Like, my doctor said that if you forget it at 7 a.m., you forgot it at the 7 p.m., you have to wait till 9. Extended release is like that little comfort zone. Why was I not on that earlier? I don't know. Why isn't everyone that has some sort of condition like this on this? I don't know. I really don't know. If someone can answer that question for me, that's a serious question.
The 6-month milestone is big for a lot of people who have seizures or epilepsy because I'm officially cleared to drive again. Now, that's going to take some progress still. I have been practicing driving. I have driven around the block. We tackled that. And then I drove right up the street to a local plaza, and then I drove back. And then this isn't back-to-back days, by the way. This is like weeks. This is back-to-back weeks. On Mother's Day, I drove 6 miles total, 3 miles somewhere and 3 miles back to Taco Bell to get some burritos. My mom sort of forced me to drive, not in a mean way, but she was like, here you go, you can drive us. And I was like, but in therapy, we've decided that that's the best way for me to tackle it. Like, under pressure, just don't overthink it. Just do it. Just go. Just do it. And then the other day, I drove halfway to the gym and back. And so the next thing is drive to the gym. Now, this whole time, I'm driving with my mom in the car, not my dad, and not alone. And I even said, like, this doesn't mean I'm ready to drive alone yet. I've actually been driving the Mustang, which I'm surprised about. Maybe I just get used to driving the Mustang, but before the accident, I was terrified to drive the Mustang. Whenever I finally get my own car, I'm still gonna need someone to drive with me to the gym a few times, someone to drive with me to work a few times, and then, you know, we tackle one thing at a time. So this whole getting back on the road thing is definitely gonna be a vlog journey that I'm gonna bring you guys with me. That's something we've been talking about in therapy, is just not giving myself the time to think as far as like getting in the car and getting behind the wheel. Just get behind the wheel, just drive, just do what I know I can do, and don't push myself any further. I definitely turn the radio on when I drive. This bad boy, even though we don't got Bluetooth anymore. And I forced my mom to talk to me because I needed to distract myself. Like the one time she wasn't talking and I was like,
are you gonna say something?
And she was like, what? And I was like, I need to talk to someone right now. I was just like, hello? But I did notice whenever I first took on the road, like not to the plaza, but to Taco Bell, I was so hyper aware of everyone around me. It was so scary. It was more like, am I doing something wrong to piss other people off? Am I doing something wrong that's affecting other people? I wasn't. And, you know, obviously my mom would correct me if I was. But then the second time whenever I was driving halfway to the gym, I felt a lot better. I did a roundabout. That was crazy. But I don't know whenever I'm gonna buy my own car yet because we already know the whole other car accident is like a trauma in itself. Like it's not like I'm tackling driving from a 6-month seizure-free perspective. I am, but I'm tackling driving from a I don't know what happened car accident and a 6-month seizure-free. So, and my neurologist keeps suggesting, even way back before I even had the seizure, to do this 5-day study where they wean you off the medicine on day like 3, you're completely off, and they try and make you have a seizure. Try and see what causes it. Like, you stay in the hospital, you stay there, you're like hooked up to an EEG, you got it all hooked up, you're able to live and do things, but it's just like kind of scary vibes. And I'm not gonna lie, the expense of it all is sort of what's holding me back, but I really do want to do it. And I just admitted that to my dad the other day. He said, aren't you guaranteed to have a seizure? And that made my heart drop. Now, I haven't talked to my therapist about that yet, but I need to. I need to unpack that because I think I want to do it. I don't want to have another one. I also have to figure out if they induce the seizure, does that, like, count as, like, 6 months of driving? I'm not going to let that whole 5-day study thing linger over my head to take away from my 6-month progress because, you know what? We still did it, baby! If you're curious about all the purple, like why I'm wearing purple, my bedsheets are always purple, but like the purple squishmallows, the purple lights, it's because the color for epilepsy awareness is purple. It's kind of funny that that's my absolute favorite color, and that's what I have. This journey of becoming seizure-free has not been easy, but each day is its own victory. So even though we are hitting a big milestone of 6 months, 1 day is a victory, 2 days is a victory, day 366 is a victory, day 1000, whatever it is, it's a victory. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna celebrate it. I hope this has brought awareness to anyone that doesn't really know that much about like how kind of crazy, freaky, anxiety driving seizures can be in epilepsy. Anyone out there who is dealing with this, just know you're not alone. And it is sort of just such a crazy the unknown. You don't ever see someone and say, oh, I can tell they have epilepsy. You can never look at someone and tell that they have seizures, epilepsy, anything like that. It just, you can't tell what's going on up here. Be kind to everyone. And I appreciate anyone who has taken the time to educate themselves because of my videos, or just you don't deal with epilepsy and you watch my videos and you're interested. I appreciate the support so much. And if you deal with seizures, epilepsy, anything yourself, just take it day by day. Day 1 is a win, day 2 is a win. Celebrate it. 6 months, hello? It's been backwards this whole time. 6 months is a win. Progress is progress, and we need to celebrate it. So congratulations to everyone and anyone out there that is however many days seizure free. I'm so proud of you. I want to say thank you to everyone and anyone who sent me love and support since my seizure, with all the messages, the comments, the DMs, everything. Thank you so much, so much. Appreciate it. I love you guys so much for it, because all that has brought us to 6 months of seizure free. And we'll be back on the road soon. And it's going to be a year soon. The year is going to come a lot sooner than the 6 months. Trust me on that one. But let me know if you want to see anything else like this along the lines of epilepsy or seizures. I don't know much more I can make besides like my driving progress and my mental health progress. I'll make a therapy update life vlog soon. Maybe. I don't know if there's anything else that I can do to like try and help bring awareness to it. It's so crazy. It's been such a crazy 6 months for me, and I just know it's insane for so many other people. And I love you guys out there that are dealing with it. But I hope you enjoyed this week's video and the life update. As always, happy, stay hydrated, peace out. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.